Hello, tennis fans. This is a Miss Hit Tennis hitting sesh. We're going to talk some tennis. I am DeSquinch, your host. Let's hit some balls. All right, we usually start with the schedule, and now is as good a time as any to do that. We are at the end of March. What does that mean? Well, we started the spring swing at the very beginning of March, right? The two big American tournaments, they sometimes call Indian Wells the fifth major. Indian Wells, Miami, they're both two weekers, and everybody plays them. Obviously, they're ATP and WTA combined 1000s, um, meaning that the women and the men both play at the same venues. And usually the Americans do well. It's on home soil. This year wasn't so great. But we went through that, and now we're just in this little stretch week in between one of the weeks that were split by way of tour, which is to say, the men will be playing a 1000 tournament in Monte Carlo, and the women will be off until the weekend, where some of them will play the Billie Jean King Cup um, qualifiers. So right now we're in this little thing, and we don't really have anybody playing, which is fine. We'll just have a Monday only week, and we will just go over a couple things today and come back next week. I don't want to spend too much time on the Billie Jean King Cup because what will we talk about next Monday? But essentially, we are going to be playing Slovakia and Denmark in some sort of round robin uh, tournament, and we'll take closer look at that next week. Yes, let's go over the new rankings. So they didn't update the rankings midweek on each of the, between, like, it's usually every Monday, but they did not update the rankings on this Monday or this Monday because they're still in the middle of a big tournament. Everybody was playing, nobody knew what the points were yet, so they just don't update the rankings those weeks. But now that we've gone through them, we have some new rankings. Not much has changed, but we'll look a little closer at the numbers in a second, and there is some stuff that's starting to get a little worrisome. Number one, on the men's side, remember we're only doing top 20 now, so that means Hidden, Korda, Mickelson, Nakashima, Jerome. I'm going to unbold that too. Hide them back up. We'll be we'll be we have an honorable mentions list now, so those guys are on that. If you're in the top 32 ranking, we'll say, or maybe the top 30. Yeah, that's fair, top 30. We will make sure to keep an eye on you in tournaments, but by going lesser, then we just know exactly which matches we got to watch. There's not as many scheduling conflicts, and we can watch more matches. So basically nobody moved an inch here. Fritz 4-4. Um, Paul went from 11 through these two tournaments down to 13. Shelton 12 down to 14. Tiafoe stayed at 17. So I would say not a good showing, right? If you're losing points during our home tournament, it's not a good showing. And now we switch into clay court season. So this is the spring swing, two American tourneys. Now we get the clay court season. The clay court season is featured. It's over in Europe, so it'll be men's playing Monte Carlo, and then it'll be Rome, Madrid, Rome, Roland Garros. This is like the heart of it. And again, ATP 1000. So we'll be doing a similar type of setup probably for Madrid and Rome, and then for the major we'll be all business. On the women's side, there's the thing that bears mentioning is that Danielle Collins has now slipped out of the top 20. So she's like 22 or 23. I didn't even put it in there yet because I think I'm going to stop keeping track of any of these. Yeah, once you're out, we're not keeping track anymore. So she had like a huge drop off. And you can see there's a lot of people that have been close to or recently ranked. but we're not going to deal with them. So we're down to 5 that we're following closely on the WTA side. Coco, Jessica Pegula. I was saying her name wrong for a long time. Pegula. It's Pegula, I guess. And then Madison Keys, Emma Navarro, Amanda Anisimova. 3, 4, 5, 10, 17. Again, no movement. But what's kind of interesting is no movement, but there are people that are now in striking distance that weren't. Right? Jessica is now in striking distance of Coco because she had better tournaments. Maddie didn't do what she needed to do. Paulina did well enough to get in striking distance of Maddie. Mira Andreeva did as well. Like, she's being challenged now. There used to be like 1,000 points between her and the next person. I would say Zhang Xinwen. I think I say her name right now too. Um, she's been playing well. She's back in business. Like, she's not, it's a big deal. And then 10 through 20 are people that can beat somebody, ranked higher than them. They've done it many times, everybody over the course of their careers, right? 27, 28. Schneider, Young Gun, 29, 28, 30, 26, 28. Like, 11 through 20 is a bunch of veterans. What is 20 through 25 more? They get young again. You see, there's Collins, 22, dropped 7 points. Sorry, you're out. So hopefully she comes back in because she is one of the more entertaining players on tour. But and she's fun to root for. But for right now, you're not going to worry about her. And then what else did we maybe want to talk about? I think that's about it. We will kind of just take a quick look. So this is sometimes I check to see what everybody's playing, and it's showing like nobody playing, and then really nobody playing again next week, and then Stuttgart, which is some tournament, but I think that it's the end of this week that the Billie Jean King Cup stuff is. So, and then into Madrid, right? So, like, getting into the clay court season, and then on the men's side, they all go to Monte Carlo. They have to. It's a 1,000, and then it's like, what do? You stay over there and play Munich, or come back and then go back from Madrid and Rome? And you see pretty much everybody stays over there. So this is tough on the U.S. players, this stretch, because basically, if you go, you have to be over there for Monte Carlo. So you want to acclimatize prior to. So let's say you head over there first week, 4-2, 4-3. We're talking about the very beginning of April. The next chance you have to really come home is not until after the French. 6-10. You're over there for 9 weeks, 2.5 months practically. And then go back for 3 weeks and come back over for the Wimbledon. You like just a lot of people actually just stay and play Queens, and you don't come back until the middle of July. Sure, then you get all your US, and then it's kind of just like these weird ones, but whatever. That's just kind of how it is, I guess. And then I guess that's about it that I had for today. So I guess we'll just wrap it up and make it a short one. Thanks for dropping in. This has been a Mishit Tennis Hitting Sesh. I am DeSquinch. Please like, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for coming. Let's pick up these balls and get out of here.